and welcome to OnlineGroomingSchool.com. My name is Yvonne and we have Tabitha here today. She's our Yorkshire Terrier and she's going to, she volunteered today by the way to show us how to groom a Yorkshire Terrier. I just wanted to show you really quick what a finished look looks like on a Yorkshire. Alright, what we did is we left the 3/4 of an inch on this side. And what we did is we did one side so you can have a before and after look. So we did one half of the head. The head is not completely done yet, but once we have both sides, then we can even it all out and make it balanced. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and turn her over, and you can see that's what we started with. So there's a subtle change, but you can tell that it looks a lot more neater on the other side and on this side. I'll show you again real quick. Sometimes you forget what it looked like. So that's a nice, neat look. All right? Thank you, Tabitha. So we're going to work on this side. But I'm going to show you some of the tools we're going to be using today. She's really good about not having to be on the grooming restraint. So she's a good girl. I always advise you to always have one available. All right? So we're going to use today very simple tools. We are going to use a clipper. We have the Andis 2-speed clipper, and we're going to be using a number 30 blade today because we're going to be using attachment combs. All right, and the attachment combs, what they do is you attach them to the 30 blade, and depending on the model, it'll tell you how much hair will be left on the hair. For instance, this number 8 comb by Oster leaves about 1 inch on the body. So you may have a different brand, so just pay attention to what that particular comb leaves on the body. So it's what's left on the body, not what it's going to take off. All right. And here is one. You can see the difference: 1 inch, 3/4 of an inch, and then you have your 1/2 inch attachment comb. All right. We're also going to use straight curves. Some straights there. I also have straight shears, excuse me. All right, and then we also have the curves. And these come in really handy. You should always invest in a good pair of thinning shears. I'm going to use a greyhound comb just to comb out the hair. And then I always like to have a cordless clipper handy for any small areas I might be having trouble getting to. And of course, the grooming restraint. All right. So we're going to get started with Tabitha here. She's gotten really comfortable, but we're going to ask her to stand up. All right. So we're going to go ahead and just brush her out a little bit, or comb her out a little bit. She's already been bathed. All the pet hygiene stuff has been done on her. As you go on to purchase a video, if you're purchasing this video, it's just to learn how to groom a Yorkie, that you can go online to view the pet hygiene. And also if you're purchasing the whole set, you can view the pet hygiene. Pet hygiene is very important with any dog. All right. So I want to show you the right way of doing things, because even though she's good about sitting, if for any reason she wanted to jump off, she wouldn't be able to unhurt herself. So this is the safest way to do things. Okay. Now, I'm going to go ahead. I know what blade I used on the other side, excuse me, attachment comb, but I want to show you a progression. How you can, if you're not sure what comb to use, the client told you, leave 3/4 of an inch on the body. Just start with something bigger, all right? Let me get started here. I'm just going to go down the coat. Now you can see, she actually requested that we leave 1 inch on the body. This is 1 inch comb, and it's really not doing anything. But, with all intents and purposes, this is the way I learned. I just started going with the bigger comb and seeing what that did. So you can see there's not a whole lot coming off. So what that tells me is I'm going to go to the 3/4 of an inch attachment comb. Now Silky, because she's silky, the coat doesn't pick up as nicely, and let's say you use this attachment comb on a dog that's double coated or has more spongy coat, you might have picked up more. But because her hair lays flat, sometimes you have to go to a shorter attachment comb. All right? You can see that's coming off a little bit more. Subtle, but it'll make a difference when you see the overall. Now I'm just brushing, combing up just a little bit, just so that I can grab more hair. Sometimes it feels like nothing is coming off, but don't get ahead of yourself. Use the attachment comb first, then do your scissor work, and then you can decide whether you need to go to a shorter comb. All right. Now what we're going to do is we want to trim the legs, and you always want to have your scissors up or down. You never want to cut this from the coat because you leave a straight line. Alright, so just take your time, because I'll have to admit, Yorkie hair is not very forgiving. You mess up and it's hard to cover that up. And it appears that, sometimes you'll have clients that try to do a home job. So it looks like Mommy's been trying to trim herself, so her feet are kind of pointy. They should be more round. So I'm going to try to work around that. So now I'm going to round the paws off.
Those are with the curves, right?
With the curves.
Now, when you were using the clipper, that you're clipping down with the grain, right?
Yeah, we're going with the grain. Now, you could go against the grain with this, with any coat actually, with your attachment combs. That's a little bit more advanced. Again, if you want to experiment on a dog that's going to go down short anyways, yes, I could take an inch comb and go against the grain and get about a ½ inch on her body. So usually when you're going against the grain on any blade or comb, it'll be half the size of the comb. So if the comb is at 1 inch, you'll get a ½ inch. If the blade is a ½ inch, you'll get a ¼ inch. And actually it's a good alternative to go against the grain with an attachment comb with a silky coat like Tabitha here. But I just wanted to make it as simple as possible. Stick to the basics. Okay, just spraying out the hair like this. You don't want pointy Dr. Seuss feet. You just want round little paws. And I gotta tell you, there's so many times I've messed that up. But you can't get good at something unless you try, and you are gonna make some mistakes. But then you learn from those mistakes. You see, I'm trimming and picking up the foot because once it lays down, more hair seems to spread out. Also, one thing about silky coats, you can see there's a little bit of static in her coat. There are some anti-static conditioners and sprays out there. We're having a little bit of cold weather right now, so windy weather, so the static is really picking up, and it's probably all over myself right now. Okay, so that's starting to look a little rounder.
Now the Yorkies, they shed their hair, right?
Yeah, they don't shed that much. I would consider the Yorkie a non-shedding breed. We do pluck the ear hair out of their ear. But it's not going to be how you would see a shepherd or that sort of dog. Okay, so you have to look at it from all angles. And I'm going to bring that out with my comb. Again, straight. And then we're going to, at the end, we're going to use our thinning shears just to clean up anything that's sticking out. We're just trying to create little tubular legs. Bring this out like this and use your straights. Okay? Because you don't want hair just laying there. Again, it's like, it's one of those, I saved this video, it's one of my last videos that I'm doing for last because it's not my favorite coat to do. But guaranteed somebody owns a Yorkie out there. So we gotta get it done. Now we're gonna go ahead and trim the skirt. I'm putting my hand on here where the flank is at, that little piece of skin here. Definitely don't want to catch that in my scissors.
What line do you follow? Just the natural?
I'm just going with the, you know, ideally you want to be able to go like right here where the flank is at, a little bit of an angle. Sometimes it doesn't work out, you just have a straight one. But you don't want to go above the belly. The belly's right here, you don't want to be up here and show the belly. Good girl, Tabitha. She's really, as far as Yorkies go, she's it.
Yeah, usually they're hyper, huh?
Yeah, they're pretty opinionated. It's the terrier side of them, you know? They're really excited all the time. Sometimes I think Yorkies need Prozac. So they can share with me sometimes. It'd be nice. So see how that's coming along? I'm going to try to match it up with the one on this side. I'm going to do an overall clip and then I'm going to go around seeing where I need to kind of go back with the comb.
So it's turning from the neck down then, huh?
Yeah, so I'm starting from the neck. Now I'm going in front of the chest area. So everything but the head. Now it's hard to get the legs because they're so tiny, so that's going to require some more scissor work. Go ahead and take this off. Again, she's an ideal student. Not too about that. Now, front paws, you just fan out the paw. You can use your curves or your straights. I'm just really used to using my straights for everything. It doesn't make me a super groomer, it's just that's what I'm used to doing. You can use your curves. And see this sticking up here? She's got some little curves there. Just going to take my curves and just slightly go across that. We're going to go back to that with the thinning shears. That's going to give it a better, smoother look.
So now you have your curves.
Now I've got my curves. This thing here bothers me, and I'm going to show you how we're going to fix that. See how it's just standing up? It's on top of the paw, it's not on the side. But we're going to fix that in a little bit with the thinning shears. Good girl, Tabitha. Alright, so then we have, we want to pick up the front paw gimme, gimme. She says, no. And comb it down, because you want to cut straight across. Get on this one, make sure I got it. I'm going to go straight, about a ½ inch across. Did you just hear her burp? She just burped. What did you have for breakfast? Alright, so now when you get that line, now I can determine, see it's nice and it's really all uneven there. I'm going to go straight with my straight scissors and just start trimming down. And my thinning shears are going to do wonders. I love those things. And I'm just trying to get the overall length. This is one of those breeds where you do not want to have way too much coffee or chocolate in them while you're trimming. You have to have a real steady hand. And I'll confess, I did have some coffee this morning. Okay. So I'm trying what I'm trying to do is trying to create an illusion of what, something that's happened here. It looks like she was trimmed. And we're going to move on to the thinning shears on that. We'll see.
So what does the thinning shears do then?
The thinning shears, what it does, it reduces the coat. I gotta say, it doesn't take off the length. It reduces it so it's not too spongy. What I'm doing is, see how it's just starting to lay flatter? It's cutting like every other hair so that it lays flatter without really taking off any length. See, I'm just it's like taking off weight. If we could use this on our body, great. But no such luck. See, dogs can look 20 pounds lighter when they get a haircut. Okay? Here, I'm just trying to get at anything that's kind of sticking out like a sore thumb. Like I want it to lay flat, but I don't want to take off length. I want to take off bulk. Good girl. Now, I'm going to show you a little trick here. Sometimes this skirt looks too blunt. Okay. What I'm going to do is I'm going to fluff it up at the edges there. And I'm going to use my thinning shears at an angle, not straight up or down or this way, just kind of like across. And I'm just going to relax it a little bit. And it just looks more scaled down. All right. I'm going to come over here and work on the chest. And start taking off some length from there, trying to match it up with the other side. Now they have a lot of cowlicks and hair growing in different directions here, so don't let that scare you. Like, which way do I hold my scissors? Which way should I trim? Just down. Alright. I'm going to bring it up a little. And start using my thinning shears. Again, just to take down the bulk, not the length. So you just continue until you're satisfied, until it's laying nice and flat. A little bit of warning when it comes to terrier hair is that you need to know when to stop. You can keep going and going and going, and then what happens is that you clip too much. So walk away from it for a little bit, look at it again, and see if that's where you want to be. So we're going to go ahead and move on to the head now. The fun part.
Hi, Tabitha.
Yeah, that's Tabitha.
She's such a good dog. Don't you wish every dog was sitting on a grooming table like this?
Lessons from Tabitha.
Heck, I'm just the cameraman, and if I was a groomer, I would love this.
Yes, she's definitely an angel. With most terriers, well, Yorkie terriers, what we do is we tip the ear. And what we mean by tipping the ear is we take a 10 or a 15 or something and just tip just a little part of the tip of the ear in a triangle. And you see the rest of the ear is long. All right? Very common on...
What was that? Did she just hiccup?
She's been burping. I don't know what she had for breakfast.
Sardines?
Sardines or something. But Westies have it. They get their ears tipped. Okay.
Whoa, hi.
Are you okay? You want a drink of water? Yeah?
Should I pause? Give her some water?
Pause.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so here we are back with Tabitha. She just needed a little water. We're going to go ahead and tip her ear like we said. I'm going to put this on a 10. That's where those little clippers come in handy. I'm going to tip the tip of her ear.
So you do it from the inside then? Huh?
And the outside.
And the outside.
We're going to do both sides. You just go, like a ½ inch down. Not a whole lot. I'm not going to take half the ear tip. Just like a ½ inch down. Okay, and then once we clean the tip with the scissor, you'll see. See that? Okay. So we tip the ear. Now I'm going to go ahead and use the same attachment comb around the neck. Okay. And then we're going to start with the bangs. Okay, so we start with the bangs to start with. Did I just say that again? All right, comb it forward. We want to save the beard for last because it gives us something to hold on to. We're going to go down. You don't want to go this way like we have human bangs. Down the sides of the cheeks. Right? She's got all this feather here. Some people actually like the feather look on that Yorkie. She doesn't like it. So I'm going to take my thinning shears and remove that. Good girl, Tabitha. Looks like Tabitha's muzzle was trimmed down by Mom a little bit, so she's got a little bit of a sharp muzzle than Yorkie should have. But again, you're dealing with pet owners, not show groomers. And we've seen some of these dogs that look really pretty, but that's not even practical. Sometimes when you're trimming around the eyes like this, a dog will get like hair in their eyes. So if you see them squinting or something, there's eye washes. You can just put a couple of drops in the eyes, and that should help to remove the hair. The next thing we're going to do is take the tip and fold the ear in half. Now, if you have a moving target, this makes it, a little bit more challenging, but she's great. So I'm going to take it from her ears right here. So I'm going to make sure that I'm not clipping the ear, and I'm going to go straight down, kind of at an angle. Not like this, but towards the jawline. And I'm going to comb forward again, and do it again.
That's how you get their angel look, huh?
The what duck?
The wings on an angel.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah, their face kind of.
Yeah.
Oh, interesting. Like some Yorkies have much longer hair there, and they look like they have wings on them.
Right, and the length of the head is going to be predicated by the length of the body. If she had a quarter of an inch all over her body, then I would make that head a little bit tighter, meaning a little shorter. I want it to look proportioned. Hi. Okay, so now I'm gonna keep clipping in here. There's my angle. Okay. This here, don't let that throw you out. That could be taken care of with thinning shears. The definition between the line and the chin or the head and the neckline. So we're going to blend that so it doesn't look like it's two pieces. It should really kind of blend.
Mm-hmm. Much nicer.
Much nicer, huh? If you purchase the whole set for, to be certified, I would advise that you save this breed for last, just so that you have a little bit more. You got to feel real comfortable with your scissors. Again, it's one of those coats where sit back and see where I'm at. It's not real forgiving, so. Good girl. Now what I'm going to do is, now that I've got this line here like this, I'm going to cut this way. And that just looks like it messed it up, but it didn't. You'll see. Again, my scissors are going down. I use my thinning shears again.
Well, that's a lot of work, huh?
Yeah, a little head.
Yeah, no kidding. That's probably why.
Some people think, oh, he's such a small dog. Why do you charge as much as a big dog? I don't know. This is a lot more work, believe it or not. It's all about blending when it comes to this type of hair. Again, and knowing when to walk away from it. Now I'm going to go for the front to see what length I'm going to leave on the beard.
And you use the curved scissors here, I see.
I just went ahead and switched because I want to get a nice curve in the front. I'm going to use the thinning shears here a little bit more, a little bit. Again, the trick is getting both sides to match. Let's see. Tabitha. What a good girl you are, Tabitha. Unfortunately, your mom knows where I live, so I can't keep you. She'll find me. Now, I'm going to get this a little bit more blended. Again, we'll just keep blending, and we'll keep blending until we're satisfied. And I'm going to continue doing that, and then we'll come back. We'll put the finishing touches on her, little bow. Especially on these little dogs. They look really great with bows. We'll keep doing that until we get the desired length. I mean, you can leave it long like this or leave it go a little bit shorter.
I kind of like the way she looks now.
You like it kind of long like that?
Yeah.
Okay, well, we're going to go with the cameraman.
Alrighty, so I'll pause the tape while you
Come
keep
back.
going, and we'll come back
I'll
then.
come back.
Alright.
So we're back with Tabitha here, and in her finished look with her little red bow. I think maybe the bow's bigger than her head almost. She's like, look at me.
Hi,
Look at me,
Tabitha.
yeah. So you can have fun with dolls like this. You can put, little bows on them. Also, you ask, we just buy gallons of perfume. We put them in little containers, but ask the client if it's okay to put a little bit of a cologne on them. And when you're putting the cologne, make sure it's not covering, it's not hitting their eyes. And just a little finished look. And she's ready to go out in the town. So there you go. Like I said, go ahead and just view the video several times, at least 3 times. Save this one for last if you happen to have purchased the entire program. And play a little bit with the combs. Start with the larger comb and then work your way down until you get the desired length. That's it, basically. I thank you for watching, and thank you, Tabitha, for being such a good girl.
Well, thank you, Yvonne. And Tabitha. Hey, girl. Tabitha. Hi, girl. Okay, thank you so much for being on the show with us. Okay.